Well, it's one of the most dangerous places in the country, the border between the United States and Mexico. It's become what some are calling a war zone.
But some people from central Alabama make that 1,600-mile journey for a mission. In the second of our exclusive investigations, we go inside the mission of the Border Keepers of Alabama. CBS 42 News reporter Brittany Bivens shows us an up-close look at a world most people never see.
Well, Sherry, it really comes down to just a few strands of barbed wire and a few fence posts for hundreds of miles along the border with Mexico. Those are the ingredients for a fence we saw with our own eyes.
In this nearly deserted stretch of earth near Nogales, Mexico,
He may have spotted it.
they'll tell you everything
The large snakes, they may bite.
is trying to kill you. For the border keepers of Alabama, a lot of that danger hides behind this fence.
These are areas in the fences that we find all along the low-lying spots. They come through and they cut the barbed wire, and it's literally just a few seconds to be on the other side.
And they do walk over. I mean, they drop cars over it, full of drugs, full of people, full of God knows what.
The federal government does not recognize or authorize the border keepers or other self-proclaimed patriot groups, which some call militia.
If you come across folks, best thing to do is to keep eyes on them.
But Arizona Border Patrol agents allow them to be here to surveil the border.
Let Border Patrol handle the arrests.
And try to prevent people from passing through illegally.
Now I've seen it with my own eyes. That's really originally why I came down here. I want to put eyes on, I hear about this, I want to see it.
The nearly 2,000-mile-long border between the United States and Mexico doesn't end here. And it's not all so poorly protected. Just a short distance away is the border town of Nogales. It's a very different scene here than we saw just down the street. You can see U.S. Border Patrol very active in this area and a huge fence. There's definitely no barbed wire missing here. The barrier separating two worlds.
See the people.
Nogales, Arizona, the United States on one side. Nogales, Sonora, Mexico on the other. Right now we're in the border town of Nogales, and we saw a fence here that has some holes in it where family members can talk. The ones on the American side can speak to family members in Mexico. Some of them haven't been able to talk in years.
This is the first time, but I try, continue to come in and visit my parents, but I ain't here. Because I am American, but I don't have a passport, for come back.
This isn't exactly a wall.
Is it Donald Trump to this one or who?
But it is closer to the presidential candidate's proposal.
That basically can't be seen from anywhere else and has a nice route right over to the fence.
And a popular plan here at camp.
Yes, it's going to cost some money. I doubt Mexico's going to pay for it like one of our presidential candidates has suggested. However, it can be done.
Holes cut through it.
We need a wall. Seriously. I mean, that or enforce the laws we have.
But enforcement comes at a cost. Not just in dollars. On our fourth night here, a man is airlifted from camp. He's been patrolling all day, and his blood pressure is dangerously high.
You don't ever want anything bad to happen. I mean, I'm still kind of shook up.
It's part of the price they pay.
The danger I'm usually worried about is not having a heart attack, but hey, it comes in all forms, rattlesnakes, bears, oh my.
Rock bull. You got to watch your brother's back while he watches yours out here. And that's one thing they practice all the time is always safety. You don't want anybody getting hurt.
But in a world this deadly, hostile, and remote, that's a risk they're willing to take.
And Sherry, that rescue that we showed you was just one of two men hospitalized during our time there at the border. Both had high blood pressure, and they both told me they're recovering now, and they say they won't let their health stop them from another operation. The Alabama Border Keepers are actually already planning another one for Brownsville, Texas next.
We know this story has generated a lot of interest from people who are just curious about what they're doing there at the border. to those who kind of want to join this group. So how do people get involved? Where do these members come from?
So the members come from all over central Alabama. You can actually find them on Facebook, the Border Keepers of Alabama. They do require that you get to know the group and go under some training that includes some firearms training before they actually go on an operation like this one.
Some sort of a background check, I imagine.
I don't know if there's an official background check as much as it's just an understanding that this is something that you want to do, that your temperament is handled appropriately.
So you were there 6 days in those woods. We saw the video there. Not a lot of buildings, no outhouses or anything there. 6 days camping out, just kind of roughing it. How was that for you?
It was a very interesting experience. It's 6 days outdoors. We actually slept in a car, unlike some of the guys who slept out in the tent. And it was an eye-opening experience. It's definitely the mountains, and you can tell just as soon as you get out there.
Something to consider. If you want to follow Brittany's video blog of her entire experience there on the border, the U.S.-Mexico border, you can see that on our website at WIAT.com. It's her trip to the Patagonia Mountains as she goes inside with the Alabama Border Keepers. Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, Sherry.